Hey, Get Fox here. Take a review of Super Bowl Nick Foles. A little bit late, but we're always not great, actually. So let's compare him to his stiffest competition, Warren Moon. You look at a lot of stats. Nick Foles has +1s on a lot of them. Obviously, the short and medium are significantly better. The deep's better on Moon. But otherwise, play action, throw on the run, whatever. The problem with Foles is that he only can be one chemistries, whereas Moon can be whatever you want. You can end up chemming up Moon to higher throw power, and that throw power is just shown off right there, not being able to hit Beckham in stride for a touchdown. The throw power, though, at 95, you'll find is perfectly fine. I mean, with the game is at where it's at right now, I think 95 is kind of where you want to be with your quarterback's throw power in order to really fit it between zones. Do a lot of the passes that I like to do. You'll see a lot of these that they'll get jumped. Like that one, I feel like with like 99 Culpepper or something with his throw power, I feel like that one gets through. Now, that's not to say you can't make passes with 95. It just made an absolute freaking dot. With that, with the in route to beat coverage, you can see a lot of those. Woo! Like that's, I mean, as good as you can get. You fit that into a pretty tight window. So I think the biggest difference, like between Moon and Foles, is their price. Secondly, I think Moon, I remember during his review, and I still use him at the moment. During his review, I said how good his release was. Now, Foles' release isn't bad either. If you take a look at it here, watch it come out. Like I didn't have an issue with how fast this came out of his hand. I think it got out there quick enough, and I think you'll not be angry at how long it takes to get the ball out. So I'm just kind of saying the same thing over. I gotta stop doing that. But overall, like the inflexibility of the card, not being able to come up to match your chemistry, your go deep, to not get that extra throw power kind of hurts. But otherwise, he hits all the thresholds for accuracy. His speed at 79 is perfectly fine. That's many other quarterbacks that are kind of like those tweeners, not exactly scramblers, but better than pocket passers. So you're gonna see a little bit like he can get out, he can get mobile here. You'll see Big Nick get out there and make some nice actions and plays and stuff like that. So I reviewed a few. I think this is my second Nick Foles card review, ain't it? I'll have to look that up, actually. I think this is the second. That's definitely the second time I made that Big Dick Nick joke. And last time I remember getting comments on it. So anyways, like if you see the play that they're making, like if you have a downfield crossing pattern attacking type of offense, he's great for that. Like there's really not much other like type of, you could throw short. I mean, there's only a few ways to play this game. You can't just throw streaks all game. You could throw beaters. You can throw a midfield passing attack, and then you can throw like drags and stuff. Drags, you don't really need a ton of throw power because it's just kind of like dumping it off most of the game. Like throw low passes, throw drags. But overall, I prefer like more of a medium or a deep, so deep, put their ass to sleep. So John Ross on a cover 4 beater, easily hit 95, can get it over top of those cover 4s, and you'll eat. So overall, like there's nothing really to criticize on this card except for the price and maybe the speed. That you could say, I guess he can't really like make and juke people out, so you want to slide every time, but that's almost every quarterback unless your name's Mike Vick or some of the more mobile guys. But the carrying at 78 is perfectly fine. I mean, he's not he will, if you take a truck stick with a quarterback, you're gonna fumble, or sorry, truck stick, a hit stick. But 78, you're not gonna like take a bunch of hits and fumble every time. Like the quarterbacks, somewhere like in the 60s, that I'd be more concerned about. This one is not one I'm concerned about at all. So try not to. You'll see me try and truck some dudes here a little bit later in the review. So look out for that. But overall, like the conductor, if you'd have to like compare this to like an Aaron Rodgers with a gunslinger, I think I'm starting to like conductor a little bit better than gunslinger, being able to make all those adjustments, because I make a ton of adjustments to the line of scrimmage, do some audibles, do some hot routes to get guys open, and so on and so forth. But the QB styles pocket, which if you're on the read option, I guess that's okay, but no, don't run the read option with Foles. Don't do it. Also, I can't comment on his hands because there's unfortunately no Philly special, and the clutch, no. Throws ball away, yes. Throws tight spiral, no. So Clint on the podcast that throws tight spiral has a slight adjustment to like how far the QB can throw, but nothing too extreme. So it's not that big of a deal, although it is a little bit of a deal that he doesn't throw a tight spiral. He can still get the ball out. Look at that. Shed that tackle, and then boom. See, okay, maybe not a boom, but he didn't fumble. He got hit twice on a play and didn't fumble once. Beautiful, I guess. Reroute. Nail it on the run. Woo! Gorgeous. So throw on the run if you like to do it. He is 90, so not exactly great. Anyways, Nick Foles, out of 10, the biggest issue with the card is the price being so high. So I gotta knock him down because there's other comparable cards, like I talked about the Moon, the Culpepper. There's so many other comparable cards for much cheaper price, so I can't really recommend this card. That is one you get unless you're a huge Foles fan, and is the big upgrade from his other version in 95. I'm not so sure, I'm not so certain. So out of 10, I gotta knock him down for that price. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I'll see you tomorrow.